Hey people, Edtjuh here, 1v1, Jarilo's Forge, blue side. It's Dark Riku plays a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some very good offense and disruption fights mainly in melee combat. Red side, Lonewolf369 is an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration or some Blood Ravens on show. Tactical Marines most likely into some more scouts, and Riku with Chaos Space Marines into some more heretics. Jarilo's Forge then, very good 1v1 map. None of the VP's natural running northeast to southwest, and yes, we have some obs chat. Unfortunately guys, I can't remove that since the latest round of relic patches. The tool I used needs to be updated, so we'll have to put up with it for this game. And there is the second scout squad, so one scout to primarily cap, the other with shotguns to skirmish, most likely running north to south perhaps, or I should say mid to north, and then you can have the bulk of your forces in the southern type area to try and hit the enemy power. 1-to-1 cap, and scouts in this light cover, this barbed wire, and the Chaos Space Marines in the heavy cover of those pipes. So big advantage for them there. Scouts getting away without a model loss somehow. Sanguine Chainsword I think is a good choice against Chaos in general, because it can tear through heretics pretty nicely, especially when the Apothecary starts leveling up and gets that big heal. 1-to-1 cap then. CSM backing away. You see the Kraken bolts from the Tactical Marines there doing 20% more damage to heavy infantry, just trying to dodge around and kite around this Chaos Lord at the moment. That's a special attack which misses. You're going to try and move in for a kill of the week, I think. Nope. Still smacking away, but unable to get a model, and actually might lose his Chaos Lord. Tactical Marines forcing melee combat, trying to get the loss. Surely he's going to go down 1 hit point, and he does go down. A big blow early on for Riku, and a big victory early on for Lone Wolf. 4-time MRT winner Dark Riku, of course. So Lone Wolf is the underdog here, I would say. I've not actually seen this guy play before, but he's doing a good job so far. Apothecary in amongst the CSM, but is not going to get a model, because here come heretics with their Doom Blast and instant suppression on demand. And heretic number 2 is moving in. Can he get a model of the Tactical Marines? So close. Riku, as you can see, has capped up a lot of the map, so he's happy to have both of his heretics here fighting, and he's gone for the Havocs, which might force Assault Marines. In fact, Assault Marines already on the way for Lone Wolf. 2-to-1 cap for Riku. I thought maybe we'd see Sniper Scouts instead of Assault Marines to try and avoid the very nasty counter initiation that Chaos Lord can have in tier 2, and the double heretics also. Chaos Lord has been repurchased by Dark Riku, and he is controlling the center spine of this map, doing a great job. Despite the Chaos Lord loss, he did a great job holding up the entire force of Lone Wolf, who was doing his best with what he had. Assault Marines jump, disrupt units when they land, but those Havocs were already in retreat, so they weren't knocked over. Chainswords and bolt pistols, 25 DPS melee damage I believe it is from these guys. Great synergy of course with the Apothecary, making this very durable unit even more difficult to force off. Aspiring champion heretics for Riku to respond to that. Very decent little melee squad in tier 1, these guys. In tier 2 of course, as they get more and more fragile, still give it that worship support and counter initiation in a pinch as well for your Havocs. Scouts forced off by CSM. Most likely going to see, yep, shotguns to try and counter those heretics. Shotguns can be pretty nasty to heretics, especially if you micro yourself close for more damage. Assault Marines deciding not to jump. In fact, they did not have the energy to jump. Need 55 to do so. He used 2 jumps very quickly, didn't he, and kind of wasted all his energy there. But he has taken the northeastern VP, Lone Wolf, and has this rec point and that power there, and a generator up. Riku has 2 gens up, and devastators for Lone Wolf. can help him control these heretics, which are looking pretty dangerous right now. Noise Marines on the way for Riku. Great squad against scouts. They shut down their grenades, shut down all of their ranged weapons, and do tons and tons of damage. Tactical Marines getting out of the garrison, running into a hell of a lot of trouble though, but they are able to get away. Here are those shotgun scouts just in case they're needed with the explosive shot, but they're not, it seems. Double cap for Riku. Apothecary, you see that health regeneration aura, those green hexagons on his units as they're close enough. I think it has a radius of 20 now. Assault Marines jumping in, but not jumping far enough to disrupt the CSM, which will finish the cap. There's a special attack, but they do finish it and are going to try and kite into the Havocs, are they? No. Just kiting away. I thought he'd retreat immediately. Is he going to drop a model here? Here are the Noise Marines. He does retreat and does not lose a model, and there is the jump. Now they're out of energy basically. Ties up the Havocs. He sort of damaged those that Sonic Blaster did on those Assault Marines there for the Noise Marines. They get 1 Sonic Blaster and 2 Bolters. So even if they start dropping models, they will keep that Sonic Blaster weapon. Devastator's capping mid. Double cap for Riku, and another generator goes up for Lone Wolf, as does Riku's. Very rarely you'll see a 2nd gen farm built on this map. Tactical Marines capping bottom with their 50% faster capping trait. And both players should be going tier 2 around about the same time. Assuming Riku doesn't upgrade his other Heritage squad. Lone Wolf did lose a scout squad. There is that, and Tax will continue to cap, so he's got a fight here with Devastator's scouts, Assault Marines and his Apothecary, who's staying back for the time being. Combi Flamer up for the Chaos Lord. Really strong range weapon on this tanky, predominantly melee commander. Gives us some great options with how to approach a fight, and gives him the ability to chase things around really effectively and take models off it, especially light infantry like scouts. That piercing damage going in. Triple cap now for Lone Wolf, and he goes tier 2 first. Riku is not floating. Can go very soon, and his power harass from Riku. Sonic Blasters can shake structures to the ground, as well as all the other great things they do, disabling range weapons and abilities, and that damage as well. Relatively short range, as you can see, but it's not cripplingly short. And there is the Cacophony, one of their other tricks, knocking back any infantry unit that is close. That can be knocked back. It won't knock over the Chaos Lord, which is great for him when he's using Noise Marines. Are they going to finish off the Heretics? They do not. There's a nice heal from the Apothecary, but he might go down. No, Noise Marines do get away just about. In fact, they do not get away. Assault Marines in retreat path, and down they go. Nicely done by Lone Wolf. Noise Marines wiped. Did they take 1 or 2 generators? I think 1, and most of a node. 378, 313. Scouts are not going to be able to finish this cap here. Might get a cheeky grenade off though. In fact, is that a garrison? No, it's not a garrison there. That is sneaky. Not easy to see those scouts exactly where they are unless you move the camera around. 378, 313. Chaos Lord in amongst Assault Marines. That was that killed a week? I think it was. Didn't actually see. Oh, he might just put this guy in range stance here and just shoot those scouts down. Grenade. Nicely done. Tried to dodge it, not quite. Any war gear for this Apothecary? No. Librarian on the way, and a force barrier will pretty much wreck Riku's army as it stands, as it would do a lot of tier 1 armies, I suppose. 363, 313, double cap for Lone Wolf, and no, he's not going to get a triple because Riku has taken southwest. Bloodletters on the way for Riku. Devastator's now in trouble, as are those Assault Marines. Really does have Apothecary support, but he's only level 2 and can't really help in combat that much. Doesn't start with very much damage, this guy. I think he does around, I think it's around 25 DPS melee to begin with. This is like 1 Assault Marine. So yeah, doesn't pack much of a punch, but can get a power axe, which is pretty tasty. And Assault Marines now have their sergeant, gives them a power sword model, and the fantastic, the incredible Merciless Strike, which will help greatly versus Bloodletters and double Heretics. You might see it here, in fact. Jump and Merciless Strike, very, very common to see. We've seen the jump, but he holds out on using a Merciless Strike, and here come those Bloodletters Demon Infantry with power melee weapons, every bit as scary as that sounds, forcing the Assault Marines to jump out, and there's Veil of Time on the Devastators. Nice play here from Lone Wolf. Warp shifted out are the Bloodletters, but he's going to bash power pretty nicely. Oh, he retreated his Assault Marines, why? Might have been a mistake. They lost their sergeant, but he can repurchase that in the field. Flamer? No. Cheeky Flamer maybe? No. It's not bashing, there we go. Needs to try and shoot them down with bolters. And Lone Wolf, look at this, keeping pressure up with scouts. Decapping this wreck, he's doing well. What is Riku going to do here? If he blobs up those Heretics, Merciless Strike wrecks them really badly. Eternal War for the CSM and has Mark of Tzeentch, so he's going to have that awesome anti-heavy infantry damage from those Inferno rounds. That's how dangerous Bloodletters can be, catching retreating Devastators, just going absolutely mad on them. They had Veil of Time, but it doesn't actually help you retreat. I think it does help you reach your top speed faster in retreat, but won't increase your top speed. Some Corn Worship helping out those Bloodletters with energy and health regeneration, and a +2 speed buff, which is not bad at all, is it? Some Blood Sacrifice Bloodletters also for Riku over here. See their energy draining down. Once it reaches 0, they are sent back to the warp. Triple cap for Lone Wolf and a Dreadnought on the way. He's played it well. He's got the right units at the right time with regards to his tier 2 stuff. Librarian came out at a good time, and he has a Dreadnought coming now, which will again wreck everything Riku has. Have not seen no sign of the Force Staff for that Force Barrier, but the Dreadnought in melee combat will tear through Bloodletters and everything else Riku has. So you might see a Las Cannon in response, which will of course remove his ability to suppress. So he's got a choice to make here, Riku. Not actually that easy, I think, for a Chaos player to deal with a Dreadnought 1v1. Las Cannon can be jumped really easily. Plague Marines very slow and can be jumped. And your Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought can be tied up and stuff. And if that Space Marine Dreadnought gets close, it will take it down in melee combat. You can get the Mark of Khorne Dreadnought, of course, go toe to toe and hope you have enough complementary AV to take their Dreadnought down quicker. Especially with Blood Rage, could be a response. I suppose a lot of factions deal with those kind of problems. Their setup teams getting jumped and stuff. There's that Havoc suppression with the heavy bolter, and there is a special attack from a Dreadnought, and it has an awesome special like most of the walkers do have. 200, 292. Ouch, really nasty smite on these Chaos Space Marines. And down goes the Khorne Shrine. That will spit out Bloodletters, which won't do a whole lot. Do these Bloodletters give you XP? We'll see here. No, looks like they don't. 197, 292, 2-ton cap. Heretics. Did they take top or did the Chaos Lord take top? Whoever did, Riku has top. And has a Chaos Dreadnought of his own. With the Mark of Tzeentch maybe, we'll see. Starts with an autocannon, which won't do a hell of a lot versus that Space Marine Dreadnought early on. Plasma Gun Tactical Marines, 26 DPS plasma damage. That gun really, really hurts. I don't think they can take on Mark of Tzeentch CSM, but they do get, and they show no fear and stuff with the Sergeant. And we do see a Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Dreadnought, so big anti-vehicle potential from long range, and a las cannon. So all of a sudden this Dreadnought for Lone Wolf is under threat. Needs to jump that las cannon as soon as he can, and then Merciless Strike the inevitable Heretics rush on his Assault Marines. Where are his Assault Marines? Here they are. Wow, they're down to 2 models, that's not good. Triple cap for Lone Wolf. Devastator's set up. We'll suppress those heretics. There we go. There's the jump. Bloodletter's there to counter-initiate though. That's going to be nasty. Special attacks from them. And some Khorne worship. And look at the damage that Dreadnought took. And Assault Marines, he forgot about them for a second. Or a few seconds I should say. And loses them. And loses his Dreadnought. And that is GG right there, I think. That's a game-winning engagement for Riku, I believe. Librarian gets away, Scouts just about get away, but his micro let him down there, Lone Wolf, when he really needed it. Jumped the Assault Marines in, which was good, but should have retreated them immediately, I think, or jumped them straight back out again. And forgot about his Dreadnought kind of wading into this Chaos Dreadnought. Devastators now have a las cannon. Lone Wolf goes tier 3, maybe he's not over here. 119, 292, and he does have the red for Terminators, but needs a bunch of other resources. And Riku, sensing that very pivotal engagement, pushes for the triple cap. No, he doesn't. What are these guys up to? They're going to decap the power. No. Oh, spotted the Apothecary with the anointed power axe. 119, 288. Dreadnought, Chaos Dreadnought I should say, being repaired by Riku. Tactical Marines, level 2 now with that plasma gun. Really nice grenade on the Bloodletters. Actually killed a Chaos Space Marine though. Devastators trying to shoot the Chaos Lord with a las cannon. Sometimes you get lucky with those on the big commanders. Big chunk of health comes off. 2-1 for Riku. Lone Wolf is not giving up. There's that Frenzied Barrage. Awesome ability for the Marco Tzeentch CSM. Marco Tzeentch Dreadnought I should say, sorry. Decent damage, area of effect and suppression. Devastator is setting up mid. Nope. Moving towards the top. Heretics. I'm gonna go look after that VP I think. But Lone Wolf is gonna get the 2-1 at least. Retaking those central wreck points which are important. Riku going bottom with his Marco Tzeentch Havocs, which will very soon become useful again in combat with a Predator tank on the way for Lone Wolf. Tier 3 now for Riku. Dreadnought taking shots from the las cannon. Bloodletters teleporting in, and there is Veil of Time to try and get away, remove set of time and increase his speed, but it's not enough to dodge those Bloodletters. Here comes the Apothecary, draining energy with each strike from this power axe, which is a pretty good deal for hitting Bloodletters who rely on their energy quite a lot to be effective, to teleport and warp shift. What's he doing though? Riku's going into base with them. 113, 254, and there's a Predator tank. He's now seen it and gets away with the warp shift. Riku's going to get the 2-1, he's going to cap mid I would think. Bashing power now with the Marco Tzeentch Dreadnought. Has Marco Tzeentch CSM level 2. Decapping the power even. Apothecary level 3, so does have his level 3 heal. Using his terrain here, Lone Wolf. Librarian still level 1. There's the Frenzy Barrage. Why are they not firing? Oh, it's just out of the firing up here. The Chaos Dreadnought. 2-1 for Riku. Bloodletters reinforcing. And now Predator tank. In general, tanks counter walkers. So this is why he's going to try and chase it down. Is he? Where's that las cannon? Oh, there's that las cannon getting shots in. It can't chase it because of that las cannon. One more shot will take out the Chaos Dreadnought. It gets away. 113, 219 was tied up just in time, but the Chaos Lord I think is going to wipe it out. No, doesn't get the last hit. Chaos Lord in retreat now. Shotgun blast on the Bloodletters. Marco Tzeentch CSM with their Inferno rounds forcing them off though. Plasma gun attacks doing their thing, and there's an orbital. Does he catch the Bloodletters? He catches a couple of them and catches the CSM pretty badly. Can he wipe those CSM here? Bang. Really nice placement. A lot of people blob it up and almost wipes out those CSM 2 hit points. Wow. Very, very close to wiping him. Riku is a lucky boy there. Devastators down to a single model. Plasma Cannon Devastators now for Lone Wolf. That could be nasty because Riku usually keeps his Bloodletters back alongside his Heretics until he spots that Las Cannon to jump. So if they get caught in that Plasma Cannon shot, that's going to be really nasty. Predator tank getting repairs. Lone Wolf with a 2-to-1 cap here. And I wrote him off after that bad engagement completely, but he has more than hung on here. Went tier 3 at just the right time, made the decision to go to tier 3 and get the Predator tank, and it was the right one. And Riku now has a Chaos Predator of his own. Librarian chasing down some Havocs and will take over the cap. Chaos Predator is going to go down here, I think. That's a Las Cannon shot charging up, and down it goes. Bloodletters teleporting in but not attacking for some reason. Now they do. And I think the Plasma Cannon spooled up and got a couple of shots in. Now it's the Chaos Dreadnought getting shot by that Las Cannon, doing so much work. This Las Cannon, he's trying to finish off that Predator tank. Wow, tanking some rear arm hits. He'll try and force melee combat with his CSM, and now the Dreadnought is out of range. It will not spool up for another attack. 30-200, and it's a double cap for Lone Wolf. Really has done superbly well here. Riku on capping duty with his Chaos Lord. Very nearly level 3. Bloodletters are reinforcing. Not level 2 quite yet. Riku will get the 2-to-1. At least. Heretics wiped out though by the Librarian. You see that inspiration on kill, that yellow markings around him when he made that kill in melee combat. Predator tank needs repairs. Scouts are there to oblige. Is he going to try and sneak something top for the win? This is the dead Predator tank, I think. Yeah. Riku has kept this Dreadnought alive, which has been key. Really has been key. Scouts are still following the following the Predator tank to try and repair it as it drove to his death. Librarian is patrolling bottom. Good usage of him so far. Chaos Lord's level 3 now, and he's going to protect top. Scouts going to go up there. Are they? Nope. Another Chaos Predator for Riku. Last one did not survive very long. Got Tactical Marines in cover with a Plasma Gun on the way. Did he use a drop pod? He did use a drop pod. Reinforced all of his stuff and gave him a Tactical Marine squad. That thing is moving into tier 1 with cost reduction. That's going to be pretty interesting in an upcoming update. These guys are level 3. These guys level 1. And Chaos Terminators on the field now for Dark Riku. Cancelling that tank, and Bloodletters are on the Devastators. Might get some friendly fire from that Plasma Cannon, and we do. Keeping the Bloodletters on, and down go the Las Cannon Devastators. Gets in amongst these guys in time, and as a special attack, these Bloodletters absolutely deadly. Leveling up as they tear things to shreds to level 3. Level 1 a second ago. Chaos Sword capping again. 1-to-1 cap, but it's going to be a 2-to-1 for Riku. And he is in a decent position to hold on here. Done really well with his Dreadnought. Lone Wolf though keeps probing. He's good with his map awareness, isn't he? Using his Librarian bottom to great effect. Has some Tactical Marines here now, but they are being shredded by Marco Zinch's CSM. Down to 2 models though, getting their aspiring champion. They are of course out of cover now, trying to cap here, and they got the decap and flee. Tactical Marines will take it, surely. Nope, Scouts are going to take it, are they? No, Plasma Cannon. No, nobody's taking it. 10, 1, 2, 8. It is the Plasma Cannon Devastator which will try to cap. We have autocannon Chaos Terminators, good damage to all targets, small area of effect. Great synergy, of course, with their demoralization effect. The more stuff you kill, the more demoralized your enemy becomes. Get the damage on that autocannon, it's awesome. It's much better than the Dreadnought's one. It seems, anyway, I don't know the numbers on them. Predator tank getting shots, and now has a las cannon and is getting the extra armor, and Riku still has his las cannon, of course. 1089. Chaos Lord continues to patrol the top, but look at this. Riku has bottom soon. Marco Zinc CSN level 3. Gonna eat a direct hit from the plasma cannon, hit 3 models there. And takes that as a sign to leave. Apothecary going bottom. Bit of a standoff here, but Riku has a double. Scouts under infiltration are trying to decap. Lone Wolf trying to get those last 10 VPs off of Riku. Bloodletters and the Chaos Lord are enough to force off that level 3 librarian. He has done well, hasn't he? Whoa. Terminator's lost a model, I think, yes. They're trying to cap, that's why. Taking shots from this twinning las cannon on this Predator tank. Chaos Dreadnought marches forward with heretics in tow. And there is the cap from Riku, so he maintains his double briefly. Apothecary will take bottom. Point blank shots from that rocket launcher taking out a tactical marine model. He's chasing down this tank, I think. Yep. Not the most accurate thing, this rocket launcher though. And now in turn he's being chased. Tactical marines forcing melee combat on a Dreadnought, aren't they brave? There's the 2-to-1 for Riku, is very, very close. But now these tactical marines are done for. Shot to shreds with Lone Wolf pushing top. Chaos Lord back at base, needs to come back out of there. Bloodletters wipe these scouts. Lone Wolf with desperation at the end trying to get the win, but it's Riku with the 2-to-1. Looks like he's going to hold on for the victory. Tense ending here. Tense last 10 minutes really. And there is the game. Lone Wolf conceding at the end, having lost most of his army, trying to force that VP win. And there you have it, guys. Lone Wolf did really well. Good for him. Held his own against a very strong 1v1 player in Dark Riku and gave him a run for his money, and held on way longer than I thought he would when he lost his Dreadnought and his Assault Marines in the same engagement. Good choices from him all the way through the game. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.